Hello comic book guys and gals, and welcome to Comic Mag Musings. I am your host, Bill Miller. This is the last installment of our Aquaman vlog series. Today we will be reading Aquaman issue number 5. So turn the volume up just a hair, turn the lights down a smidgen, sit back, relax, and let your imagination paint the pictures as we read Aquaman, issue number 5. Featuring the King of the Seas and his young ally, Aqualad. The Haunted Sea. Great guppies! That evil sorcerer cast a spell over these killer whales. They're coming for us now! And we see the cover, 2 huge killer whales launching themselves out of the water at Aquaman and Aqualad, and behind them is a sorcerer with a wand who is casting a spell. From beneath the waves, an unseen enemy strikes with phantom weapons at helpless victims, and when Aquaman and Aqualad sally forth against the fantastic foe, they find themselves up against more than they can handle in the Haunted Sea. Help, Aquaman, I'm trapped in this weird shell and it's closing on me. What'll I do? I can't free him before the shell closes completely. So Aqualad is stuck inside a huge clam, and Aquaman is trying to prevent it from closing upon him. Down on the high seas, where Aquaman and Aqualad maintain a grim sea hunt, no sign of the ships that disappeared, Aquaman. But it doesn't make sense. We've searched everywhere, including underwater. There should be some trace of them. Suddenly, great waves, look! The water near that cargo ship is forming itself into a kind of giant hand. It's grabbing hold of the ship and pulling it underwater. Quickly, Aqualad, we must follow it under and try to rescue the crew. But down below, gone! Yes, vanished into thin air. Water. It's as if the sea area is haunted. Watch every step you take, Aqualad. Suddenly, too late, the water fingers are closing in on us now. And as the hapless pair is crushed inside the fluid fist, I feel as though I'm hurtling through time and space. Then, as the strange sinking sensation subsides, Aquaman, we're imprisoned in capsules in a fantastic underwater world. I've never seen anything like this place before. What's worse, there's only air inside our capsules. Unless we can get back into the water, we'll be doomed. Let's try to crack them open. It's no use. We can't smack the capsule wall hard enough to break it. True, but I've got an idea, Aqualad. If I can get this capsule moving. It's swinging fine now. Here I come, Aqualad. That did it. And Aquaman launched his capsule into Aqualad's, thereby breaking them both. Now, let's take a swim around here and try to find out where we are. But before they can take more than a few strokes, leaping lionfish, my foot's caught inside this strange trap, and the shell's starting to close on me. I could open this trap easily, but not before the shell closes, I'm afraid. Then save yourself, Aquaman. Hurry. Swim away before you're caught, too. Hurry, Aquaman, hurry. Relax, Aqualad. I've got a notion. There, this heavy stock should keep the shell from closing any more. Now hold still while I unclamp your foot. So he grabs a thick piece of wood-like stock and wedges it between the shell halves of the clam. Before long, thanks a lot, Aquaman, but what's behind these deadly traps? I sure wish I knew. Let's go, but keep your eyes peeled for more of them. As they round a corner brief moments later, look, Aquaman, there's the ship that vanished, and several others, too. Yes, Aqualad, and there are the crews in those captive capsules. Let's free them. No, Aqualad, you forget. They would drown if we freed them from their air capsules. Golly, that's right, but what can we do to rescue them? We can't make any plans until we find out where we are and who our unseen enemies are. Just then, Aquaman, we're under attack. The maritime marvels move with lightning speed, Thanks for the interference, Aqualad. Going my way? Clunk!
I think they both had enough, Aquaman.
Yes, and now to force the truth out of them. So we have two guys that are underwater. One seems to have like a hard hat on, but they don't seem to have any breathing apparatus. So we'll see. But
what? We're being pinned helplessly against the wall by the shot from that amazing weapon.
We see a ray gun of sorts suspending them in the water up against a cliff wall.
I must congratulate you for passing every one of my little tests for skill and intelligence.
And fancy, you can breathe in water. I believe you will both be quite useful to me.
Where are we? On another planet?
A poor guess. Try again. Are we in some other watery dimension?
No. Guess again.
Then we must be in some world far beneath the ocean floor.
Ha ha! Wrong, wrong, wrong.
I see that I shall have to tell you where you are. After all, listen. Reader, see if you can guess the amazing locale where Aquaman and Aqualad are held captive before starting Chapter 2. Alright, you've had enough time to guess. We're moving on. On a desperate mission of rescue races the daring duo of the deep, only to run into a dead end of doom in the deadly trap in Coral Mountain.
Aquaman, we're growing even faster than we can swim.
Chapter 2. And Aqualad and Aquaman are within some beam from a ray gun, and they are growing in size. As Aquaman and Aqualad listen in awe to the strange leader of the water world,
I will give you a clue as to your whereabouts, as I free the others with that device. Observe.
Next instant,
great guppies, they're becoming giant-sized. In fact, super-sized.
No, Aqualad, I've got a hunch the opposite is true. They're returning to normal size, while we're still microscopic size.
You are clever, stranger. This entire water world is actually the size of a single droplet of water.
But who are you, and how did this come about?
I am Baron de Bois. Many years ago, an evil sorcerer named Murder, whom I had deserted, captured me and my men, and... You have defied me for the last time, Baron. The punishment I had planned for you will give me much amusement. Before we could stop him... Baron, he's shrinking us. You shall be tiny, water-breathing beings. Your new home shall be a drop of water. Placing us in this very drop of water, he carried us down to the sea where... Ha ha! I will give you a sporting chance, Baron. In this sealed vial is the elixir which can make you air-breathers again. It is yours, if you can somehow retrieve it from inside Red Coral Mountain, which is many fathoms under water. Saying this, he cast the drop of water into the sea. Do not despair, Baron. I too have been trained in the black arts, and I shall labor night and day to free us. It took my loyal follower, Friedloy, hundreds of years to perfect a device capable of snaring help from the outside world, and to reverse the procedure.
Then why don't you use it on yourself?
Because, my friend, without the elixir we would all perish at once, upon returning to normal size.
I'm sure we can find the cave in Red Coral Mountain. Quickly, Baron, send us back and we'll have you out of here in no time.
Yes, thank you. It's starting. We're growing up.
Before long.
Aquaman, those others who were trapped. The bag they were in is disintegrating.
Don't worry, we'll take care of them first. A telepathic command goes out, and shortly, the whales will get you all safely to shore, friends.
Thanks for everything, Aquaman.
And those other sailors are now sitting atop the whales who are taking them to shore. Now let's head for that Red Coral Mountain.
I'm right behind you.
The two aquatic figures dart through the water at dazzling speed until...
This is it, Aquaman, but I can't see any cave in the mountain, can you?
Hold it, Aqualad. There's a current of water that seems to be entering the solid wall of the mountain. Follow me. Just as I suspected, the cave entrance was cleverly camouflaged by a curtain of seaweed, colored to resemble the rest of the wall. In we go.
Golly, those coral projections from the walls are like swords.
Yes, make sure you don't get too close to them. And so after swimming through the hole in the wall, there is spiked coral all around them. But suddenly,
Suffering snails, the walls are closing in on us.
no doubt a deadly device to prevent anyone from getting his hands on that elixir we're after. Full speed ahead. Faster, Aqualad, faster.
At length, whew, just made it, and look, the entire interior of the mountain is hollow.
Yes, Aqualad, many coral mountains are simply hollow shells.
Look, a chest. I'll bet that vial of elixir is inside. I was right, but how'll we ever get it through that spear-blocked cave tunnel?
I'm afraid we'll need some help. Another telepathic order goes out, and soon, the current's strong enough to float the anchor chain those octopi brought right through the cave. So some octopi brought thick, heavy anchor chain, and they dropped it down into the hole in the cave to Aquaman and Aqualad. Now to tie this end to these empty shells. At a signal from the sea sleuth, 10 sets of tentacles strain in a mighty heave-ho as...
Yippee! They're popping off like icicles.
Lucky for us, coral projections are so brittle. So the octopi are pulling the chains, which are in turn connected to these two huge shells that are going out toward the opening and knocking off all of the coral spears. Thanks for the helping hands, friends. Now let's get that vial of elixir back to the Baron, Aqualad. Presently, I think this is about where the Baron is aiming his device.
You're right. Here comes the watery hand.
Minutes later, so you managed to get it, my friends. Very good. Let me have it.
Ah, that's better. Here, men.
Divide the rest amongst yourselves.
Now that you're all okay, let's get out of this microscopic world. It gives me the creeps. Fool, you're not going anywhere. You are both remaining here.
What? Ha ha. Do you really know, or do you know who I am, really? I am Merida, the evil sorcerer, imprisoned here by a good wizard centuries ago.
Creeping catfish, what have we done, Aquaman?
The impossible has happened. Aquaman and Aqualad have been driven from the seven seas, and now their finny friends become their enemies, as the ominous words go out that a sorcerer rules the waves. Chapter 3.
Merida has ringed the whole island with swordfishes and turned them against us. We will perish here, Aquaman.
They're standing on a little jut of land around which swordfish are jumping in and out of the water. The hapless aquatic adventurers face an eternity of microscopic imprisonment as... You will return to normal first, Volo. Up you go.
No, no.
Off with you, pipsqueaks.
Golly. We're doomed, Aquaman.
Not yet, Aqualad. We still got one thing in our favor. Speed. As the transfer device is turned on again, now on the double. What was that?
It felt like a big wave.
Aquaman and Aqualad swam quickly past Merida, the magician.
No, it was our prisoners hurtling in front of the device. They are escaping.
And as they swam past, the size device made them bigger.
Quickly, reverse your device.
Too late, but fear not. We too shall escape, and you can forget the supernatural power contained in my thundering rod. Editor's note: the thundering rod was an ancient magic wand used to place victims in an obedient trance. Shortly as the aquatic aces emerge from their strange captivity,
uh-oh, we've got company.
Yes, but they're in our world now, where we run things. I'll summon a couple of big whales to take care of them. But tense minutes later,
ha, we shall soon see who controls the creatures of the sea.
The magic thundering rod is upraised, and...
Suffering sardines, he's killed the whales with lightning bolts.
No, he seems to have placed them under a trance, and he'd do the same to us if we get within range of that magic stick. Come on.
No time, Aquaman. He's sending those whales after us.
Yes, and they refuse to take my commands. Dive, Aqualad. Punk!
And they dive out of the way just as two killer whales impact one another. Had they been there, they would have been crushed between the two of them. Full speed ahead. Our only chance now is to reach that small island. But as they start their desperate race, oh no, now we place some octopi in a spell and is sending them after us. Must get this seaweed vine loose. Swiftly, the sea sleuth forms a loop and
keep going, Aqualad. That should keep him busy untying themselves for a while.
So he got the octopi tangled up in the seaweed. Yes, but now you'd better figure out some way to keep those swordfish busy.
Grab one of these floating planks, Aqualad. Soon the embattled Aqua Aces are fighting for their very lives as crash. They are smashing the planks upon these swords, the tips of the swordfish.
Aquaman, over there, a torpedo ray.
This stunned swordfish should help us out of this jam. They take the swordfish and push him in front of the torpedo ray.
The torpedo ray is giving the swordfish an electric shock.
Don't worry, it's too small to inflict serious injury. But it's given us the time we needed to reach the island safely. But no sooner do they climb ashore than... But look, Murder sent the swordfish to ring the island. We'll never get off it. Meanwhile,
ha, that takes care of them. Now, with my magic thundering rod, I shall place every fish in the sea under my command.
And the magician and a couple of his cronies are riding atop a whale.
What do we do, Aquaman? We'll be stuck on this island till we die.
Steady, Aqualad.
Just then, that's odd. One of the swordfish doesn't seem to be carrying out Meritor's orders to ring the island.
It's the one I hurled at the torpedo ray. Yes, the one that the torpedo ray gave a shock to.
Golly, maybe the electric jolt sort of jarred the fish out of its trance.
I'll test it by summoning a torpedo ray from some distance away. A telepathic message goes out, and shortly, torpedo ray fish are buzzing and shocking all of the swordfish.
It's working! The torpedo ray is releasing the swordfishes from the spell they were under.
Right, and now we can re-enter the sea.
But we still can't get too close to that sea sorcerer.
Can't we? I've got an idea.
Sometime later, behold, Meritor, a ship. Shall we attack?
Yes, but first I shall place that huge whale shark under my power. Now I shall order it to ram the vessel. But next moment,
Meritor, the whale shark, it is opening its cavernous mouth. Yai, those fishmen were hidden inside.
I'll take that magic stick of yours, Meritor. And within the mouth of the whale were Aqualad and Aquaman, and they leaped out. And Aquaman grabbed the wand from the sorcerer. You'll never get this chance to use it again.
But why didn't it work now? Why wasn't the whale shark placed under my control?
The torpedo ray gave it an antidote against your former magic.
Well, you will never catch us, but... Great guppies, they accidentally turned on that captive device and they're caught in it.
And so they accidentally turned on the changing ray, and as they jumped off of the whale, they became smaller and smaller and smaller. And as the sorcerer and his followers vanished into their microscopic prison,
without this, they'll never be able to return.
That's right, Aqualad. They'll die of old age before they can build another one. But they brought it on themselves. And that is the end of Aquaman issue number 5. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would encourage you to subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you'll be alerted as soon as I release new recordings. Thumbs up and comments are always appreciated. And remember, we're taking over the world one comic book at a time.